Do you remember this
friends have to
woman,
deal
Haley
with
Holt,
their
who
children.
interviewed Jordan
I
Peterson
almost feel a little bit
2019?
blessed. What do you say to that?
Well, I would say that it starts to get pretty lonesome in life after 45 if you don't have a family. You know,
She had a miscarriage, but now has her own baby.
And I read the comments,
Congratulations,
and they were
ma'am.
beautiful. I really, really appreciate all the stories that you shared, the messages of love. And like I've been through a horrible experience, but the thing that I got out of it was the blessings. I really was made aware of my blessings and the love of my family and my mum and dad. And
I would agree that women don't care. The issue is here's two things I would say. First of all, the idea of like a low body count, it's not all it's cracked up to be. I can tell you that personally. Fundamental Christian orgasm at a 37% less rate. They also have vaginismus at almost 40% more than other women, to the point where it's so bad that often penetration isn't even possible. So when there's this shame attached to women around sexuality, it has a very pernicious effect on the women. Right?
Okay, and I understand that, but what if I told you that having a guy that's 6'3" isn't all it's cracked up to be? They're really
wholly agree with you.
But here's the thing: most women wouldn't. They would say, "Well, fuck you, I still want him." So what I'm saying is that
because
you're
it's like
saying
materialistic women.
Well, it's not that. It's you're hardwired to be attracted to it. So like if I could tell you a guy that's 6'4" isn't all it's cracked up to be. His likelihood to die at a younger age is higher. He's gonna have a smart dick, whatever. I can say all the things I want to say, but women are still gonna be hardwired to be attracted to that guy because it's carnal. It's like, oh, he's tall, he can provide security. So with men, same thing. She has a low body count. Oh, she's a virgin. Oh, I'm attracted to that because I know that my ability to have children with her, it's secure, because women want security when it comes to resources and finances. Men want security and paternity. We're very different. So you can say that like if having sex with a virgin sucks and blah blah blah. No, men are still gonna want it. Just like if I tell a girl you don't want a guy that's 6'6", she's still gonna want it.
And so that's why I'm saying I think it would be more fair for everyone on the floor and everyone in the job to know how much each person is making.
So if that happened, you probably wouldn't have got the 17 to start.
No.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean, because like I'm thinking of it from the employer's point of view. Like if I have this one guy, maybe he's like a mid employee, right? So like he's making 15 an hour, and I bring in this new girl, and I'm like, oh, she's so much more productive. She's gonna make my life so much easier. She deserves the 17. No matter what, he's still gonna feel some type of way because he's been there longer.
Sure.
Let me ask you a question. Do you believe that men and women's pay should be equal?
I absolutely do.
So why did you say you were happy when you were making more than your male counterparts?
Okay.
Did you get that from the comments?
I did, and that was a good point, and I'm asking you now.
I agree. Okay. And
Former Soviet vet debunked gender pay gap in a BR tall way.
Honestly, when you become a doctor, the job consists of a high intensity, high pressure, a lot of hours, 70, 80 hours a week, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on placement at the moment.
Okay,
so
but you will never die at work.
Actually,
because of your job.
Doctors have one of the highest suicide rates.
Yeah, you can kill yourself if you want. But
no way.
Please don't.
Because you're a doctor.
Please don't.
Please
don't. We're not like condoning suicide on there.
You will not die because you're a doctor. Your patient might because of your malpractice. But on oil rig, you will die if you're not careful. Do you understand? Your mistake, patient dies. My mistake on oil rig, I die. People around me die every day. That's a massive difference between men's jobs and females' jobs. We tend to we love putting our lives on the line. We love doing some dumb, mad, mental ninja stuff. And we will do it. And we love it. We love getting battered. We love getting shot at. We love it. That's why men go to the army.
Yeah, I get him. Yeah.
Men will do anything to get laid. Okay, literally anything. So if we required marriage to get laid, we would all be married. If we required a fancy date,
so our values have lessened. That's what you're saying.
I would say women have thrown it at them. Yeah, like we're less valuable to men because men are the same.
So can we ask the men that what's valuable to them? That would be interesting.
Yeah, go ahead.
It also extrapolates out to life as a whole. We're talking here about trying to be how to find honorable friends, and someone's going to message and say, "Well, how do I find honorable friends? I can't find any." You will find honorable friends if you're an honorable man. The best way to meet honorable people is to be an honorable person. The best way to meet rich people is to be a rich person. The best way to have friends who love you is to love your friends. The best way to meet honest people is to be honest. I say this, I did a podcast a few months ago, and the guy running the podcast was saying, "Yeah, my friend fucked my girl," and I was like, you know what? If you're rolling with boys who would fuck your girl, you're probably the kind of guy who would fuck your boy's girl. So you probably deserve that shit. Because if you're the kind of dude who wouldn't do that to his boy, you're probably not running with those kind of people.
Yeah.
It's like it's reflective.
Yeah.
The world is reflective. So if you sit there and go, you know what, I want to be around my friends. Let me name the best 5 friends I could have. I want to have a team, a gang of 5 friends. When they walk in the room, people are like, shit, we ain't fucking with that. If a fight goes off tonight, we're not fighting them. I want them to be big, strong, smart, important, connected, charismatic. I want to put together a group of 5 killers, and they're going to be my friends. Guess what you need to become to have those 5 friends? All the fucking things you just named. Now you know what to do. Get to fucking work. Because those 5 guys ain't hanging around with a broke...
As far as I'm concerned, the man ain't done shit to you. The man ain't done shit to you because you're on I can turn around and say, yes, my son's dad was abusive. I put it down on the police records. You know what? Because he knows it's out there and he knows that the police knows about it and it's been out there. We've been to court, right? But as far as I'm concerned, yours never happened. If I was that man and you're here, it's defamation of character because there is nothing there on paper to say that the man abused you. And that's what Pearl was saying. You're here telling thousands of people that this man abused you. What evidence have you got that he abused you?
I can show you my scars. Do you want to see some scars?
Scars ain't got nothing. As far as I'm concerned, you could have fall down the stairs and bust your knee and give them scars because there's nothing legal on paper to say that you was abused.
So if there's nothing on paper, it didn't happen.
Hang on a minute. Let me finish. He can turn around today and he can say, do you know what? Defamation of character because there's nothing there on paper and she's there telling the whole world that I'm abusive. If I'm abusive, where is the record? And that's the problem. Too many people go out there and who have been abused, whether it's men or women, and they make all these accusations in public without any proof. And as far as I'm concerned, if I was a man and I was beating on a woman and the woman ain't got the guts enough to go to the police and report it, but she's got guts enough to go and sit down on social media and tell the whole world, I'm going to go and take it up with her.
And I'll tell you why.
I'm going to go and take it up because as far as I'm concerned, that's defamation of character.
Let him come. I've got plenty of evidence. I will not go to the
evidence. You ain't got no evidence.
According to who? Well, where do you know me from, Auntie?
According to the law. Because if you had evidence, the police would have had the evidence. Whether or not you want to take it further,
I wanted to go and take it further, I could do it right now.
But you never done it.
I didn't do it. Ask me why.
You never. I don't care why you ain't done it. Because as far as I'm concerned, if you ain't done it, in my view, it hasn't happened. It has not happened.
You've definitely been living in the UK for too long, Auntie.
On paper. Definitely what?
Been living in the UK for too long.
What do you mean? I take that as an insult. How do you know where I live? How do you know where I live? We had the same. No, I said that I was raised. I was born here and I raised. And I also told you that I go to Barbados 3 times a year. So where I come from has got nothing to do. And if you're going to insult me properly.
I'm not
as far as I'm concerned, you're sitting down there and you're talking about respecting your elders, and then you're going to come and tell me some bullshit like that. Well, let me tell you, right? It don't matter. If I was abused in Barbados, I would have been reporting it in Barbados.
Yeah, and what would they do in Barbados? It's more likely that they wouldn't even help you.
If I was done, what are you talking about?
Yes.
Don't knock it till you've tried it. You can't talk about what
I know I've tried it. I've seen it.
You can't talk about what you don't know. You ain't tried it because you already said you did not report it. And you can't talk about the laws in Barbados because the laws in Barbados are up to queue with the laws in the West. Let me tell you that.
The laws in the West don't work.
They got them. They don't work if you don't damn well use them. If you don't use them,
the law is used.
Try using them. How come it work for me? How come it work for me? How come it work for me? I reported it. How come it work for me? Now, I'm going to ask myself that because I am not there bringing down somebody on social media just for publicity's sake.
Don't need publicity.
That is why they're talking about all the stats, because the stats will be all out of sync because of people like that. You can't turn around and defamate somebody's character for no reason whatsoever.
I'm not doing it for no reason. I'm doing it so that the women that go through something and don't have the balls to go to the police, they can actually say, do you know what? At least there's somebody there that says, if I leave, at least I'm free of it.
Nah.
Because not everybody
is... to the play league called the World Class Fighting League decided to host an intergender MMA match. In the description, this man said, provide an equal opportunity for everyone to get knocked the fuck out. You know he ain't bullshitting. And just remember, if this offends you, I'm offended that you're offended because I'm all about equality. And technically, this would be the most inclusive and progressive league in the world. The fight lasted for a total of 2 minutes, and for about 1 minute and 50 seconds of it, he was just playing with his food. And even when he decided to finish his meal, he was holding back his punches. Before we get into this video, just remember, these are 2 professional fighters that both agreed to mutual combat to find out who was the best fighter.